The Japanese imperial family, also known as the House of Yamato, is one of the oldest continuous hereditary monarchies in the world. Oldest monarchy in the world. The Japanese imperial family is the oldest continuing hereditary monarchy in the world, tracing its roots back over 2,600 years according to tradition, even ancient dynasties like the Roman Empire. Chinese dynasties or European monarchies have come and gone, but Japan's has endured. 10 female emperors. Japan has had 10 reigning empresses, though none in modern times. The last female emperor was Empress Go Sakuramachi, who reigned from 1762 to 1771. Women are currently barred from ascending the throne under Japanese law, which has become a topic of national debate. Descent from a sun goddess. The dynasty claims divine origin from Amaterasu, the Shinto sun goddess. The emperor was once considered a living deity. This status was renounced by Emperor Hirohito after World War II. The 3 sacred treasures. The emperor traditionally possesses the imperial regalia of Japan, a mirror wisdom, a sword valor, and a jewel benevolence. These are never shown to the public and are shrouded in mystery and legend. No imperial surname. The Japanese emperor is the only head of state in the world without a surname. The family is simply known as the imperial house, and members use only personal names. They were once powerless puppets. For centuries, especially during the shogunate periods, emperors had no real power. The real rulers were shoguns, military dictators, while emperors performed ceremonial roles. No coronation with a crown. Unlike European monarchs, Japanese emperors are not crowned with a crown. Instead, a soki enthronement ceremony is held where the emperor receives the sacred regalia. The imperial family has their own language style. The imperial family uses an ultra-polite, formal version of Japanese that is quite distinct from regular speech, almost like royal dialects in other cultures. The emperor rarely traveled abroad. Emperor Hirohito visited Europe in 1971. It was the first time in over 2,600 years that a Japanese emperor traveled overseas. Imperial succession crisis. Japan has a succession issue. Only male descendants can inherit the throne, and there are very few male heirs left. This has led to debates on whether to allow female succession, which would break from tradition. DNA mystery. Despite the dynasty's claims of a direct lineage from Emperor Emu, historians believe the early genealogy was likely constructed centuries later to legitimize the Yamato clan's rule. The first emperors before the 6th century are considered semi-legendary, as no archaeological evidence firmly supports their existence. Burial mounds are off-limits. Japan's ancient emperors were buried in massive kofun keyhole-shaped burial mounds. These sites are controlled by the Imperial Household Agency and are mostly closed to researchers, limiting archaeological understanding of early Japan. He is recognized by all foreign governments simply by status. The imperial household is micromanaged. Imperial Household Agency Kanicho tightly controls every aspect of imperial life, from public appearances to daily routines. Even modern emperors have complained about the restrictiveness and lack of personal freedom. Strict naming conventions. Emperors are not referred to by their personal names after death. Instead, they receive posthumous names, usually based on the era they ruled. For example, Emperor Hirohito is now known as Emperor Shua, after the Shua era, 1926 to 1989. The Meiji Constitution reasserted imperial power. In 1889, Japan's Meiji Constitution gave the emperor divine and political authority, claiming he ruled by the grace of heaven. This fueled nationalism and imperial expansion in the early 20th century. Hirohito's role in World War II is still debated. While Hirohito remained on the throne after World War II, his exact role in Japan's wartime actions remains a controversial topic. He renounced his divine status in 1946 under U.S. occupation reforms. Private education and upbringing. Imperial children are privately tutored and often educated at prestigious institutions like Gokushuen University. Their public lives are tightly controlled, with very few appearing in the media or making public statements. Emperors were once also priests. The emperor traditionally performed Shinto rituals to ensure harmony between the human world and the kami spirits. Even today, Emperor Naruhito performs rituals at the Kashiko Dokoro Shrine in the imperial palace. Only imperial family in a non-Christian nation. Japan's monarchy is the only imperial family in the world from a non-Christian culture that has lasted into the 21st century. Other surviving monarchies are either European Christian or Islamic monarchies. The imperial family rarely speaks publicly. Members of the imperial family do not express opinions publicly. When they do speak, such as during disasters, their words are carefully scripted and carry significant emotional weight. The emperor must abdicate or die to leave the throne. Before Akihito's abdication in 2019, the first in over 200 years, emperors were expected to reign until death. A special law had to be passed to allow Akihito to retire due to age and health. The imperial family was once nearly wiped out. After World War II, U.S. occupation considered abolishing the monarchy entirely. Emperor Hirohito was spared prosecution for war crimes, partly to maintain stability during Japan's post-war reconstruction. The imperial palace is largely off limits. Located in central Tokyo, the imperial palace is heavily guarded and mostly closed to the public. Only 2 days a year, New Year's Day and the emperor's birthday, can the public see the imperial family appear on the palace balcony. The emperor performs secret night rituals. During enthronement, the emperor performs a mysterious and controversial ritual called Deisai, where he spends the night alone with the Sun Goddess Amaterasu, offering sacred food and communing spiritually. Critics argue it's religious in nature, raising concerns about separation of religion and state in modern Japan. Imperial dress includes ancient robes. During enthronement and certain rituals, the emperor wears Heian period court attire from over 1,000 years ago. These garments are thick, symbolic, and difficult to move in, preserving Japan's cultural past. Imperial princesses lose status upon marriage. Under current law, when a female member of the imperial family marries a commoner, she loses her royal status. For example, Princess Mako, Emperor Naruhito's niece, married a commoner in 2021 and left the imperial family, becoming a private citizen. The imperial family has its own calendar system. Japan uses both the Gregorian calendar and the imperial era system, where each emperor's reign marks a new era. For example, the current era is Reiwa, which began in 2019. Previous eras include Heisa, Showa Taisho, and Meiji. Public criticism of the monarchy is rare, although Japan is a democracy with free speech. Open criticism of the emperor or the imperial family is culturally taboo and rarely seen in mainstream media.